Hey guys, it's Sharon with Little Britain Company. Welcome to the channel. So it's starting to feel, we've had a lot of rain lately and it's starting to feel a little bit like fall. So this is one of the paper packs that I chose to smash this month. And I thought I would do this adorable little accordion album that I've been wanting to do because it's so little. Okay, so let me show you what we've got here. So you open it up, and that's the front. And we've got a cute little guy on the back so that you can open it either way. And you open it to your pictures. Look at that. And then if you want to close it up and turn it over, you open it to the back pictures. I love this little design. I love this. I added a little bit of chipboard. I did one really simple one thinking, and I still actually like this. This is one that you don't add anything to really. So it's super simple. But I really wanted to add the chipboard, and I think it adds something to it, especially being able to add the mats. So it's got a little side, this little guy. So if you want to stick around, I'd hope for you stick around. And while I do this, I guess I will make my plea. Please like, comment, subscribe. That would be awesome. I really appreciate it. I'd love for you to join us. And, I think we have a lot of fun. And I do try to bring you some new and different things. So this weekend, I've got some stuff coming that will be sort of back to school, because although I'm back to school, a lot of people aren't. So, okay, so let me get started. I'm going to go ahead, actually, wrong way to start. This is, I think, super quick and easy. So I am going to be using a sheet of white paper. I lie. I'm going to be using a piece of off-white. I used the pure white in this one. And although I like it, I think that for the Halloween albums, I want to do some off-white. I'm going to cut this sheet down. I did need this to 10 inches. So my guillotine here does not go 10 inches. So I'm going to have to go ahead and measure to my 10-inch mark. And so I just measured it to the 10 inches. Put this away for just a few minutes. That one's going to be coming in and out. So I'm actually going to do this whole, I'm going to go ahead and score this whole sheet. And then when I cut it down, I'll have enough for 2 of the little booklets, which is super fun. Okay, so I'm just going to score every 2 inches. So I'm going to score at 2, at 4, 6, and 8. Easy peasy. That's all my scoring. I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to grab this bad boy. And these are going to be cut at 2 inches. So along that side, you can see that that's where my score marks are. Those are going to be cut at 2 inches. Seriously, this is a wonderful, cute little accordion brag book, easy to put into, golly, even into a back pocket. a purse, even a small purse, a back pocket. It'd be cute to have a bunch of these sitting in like a candy dish, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so I've got this little piece left. That's... Move that out of the way. I am going to put 2 of these aside to work with later. And I'm going to fold them. I do want to be pretty careful in my folding. I have that attached. I do want to be careful in my folding. I want it to be really as even as I can get it. I know that looked weird. It's like, that looks kind of weird what she's doing there. Why is she doing it that way? No good reason. There we go. And this one. So this is just my little, I've made these before. I just think they're so cute. So one thing that I was working on is when I get to this stage, instead of folding this one and putting them together, I'm going to attach it first. Let's see, that's going to go like that. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Because then it's going to go there and so on. So I've had a few issues with it being nice and straight, and it doesn't, you know, I want it to be as straight as possible. So, but it does not have to be perfect. Oh, gracious. Y'all know how I say I am not perfect. Oh my goodness. Just don't tell my husband. We'll keep this between us. Okay. Now that I've got that piece done, make sure that one's down and even. So I need to make sure I bring it back a wee bit and even it out. And then and lastly, okay, so that is my cute little accordion piece. I do think I'm going to like it better in the off-white. Next, so I'm using these cute little 2x2 cut-aparts that came from my Echo Park Halloween. So I have all these little cute little cut-aparts, and I am using 2 on each because I do like having the back one ready to go, and it is from Halloween Fun. So I'm going to put that aside. I cut these little pieces of chipboard 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Now, having said that, this is like not much thicker than a cereal box. You could do those kinds of things with this one. So I didn't get, you know, I didn't get too hot and bothered about how I was going to do that. So to put these on, I'm going to cut them at, that's what, 3.5 by 3.5 inches. So I move this a little bit. I need the extra space because I'm going to be folding it over, and I don't want anything to show through. This is one album that I don't need to worry about the back because that will attach, so I won't need to cut extra pieces for the back. All right, so I'm moving kind of fast for me. For me, I'm moving. I should be careful what I say there. I am moving fast for me. Okay, and I can actually make this a little bit closer. I got y'all so far away. All right, so Now, we're gonna get this guy on. And, you know, I'm just gonna kind of center him. Get this guy on. And get glue all over myself. I got glue all over myself. It's funny. Make sure I get that one. And since everything is, you know, a square, I don't have to worry too much about it. It's like you make any album. I'm going to do this. These are, the one thing about these is they're small. They're small and the chipboard is not heavy duty. So, let me find the end. There. And there. Okay. So now I am just going to quick little here, there, and everywhere. One, honestly, I probably don't even need to use this. Two, three, fourth side. What's everybody doing today? Okay, then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to get rid of my little corners here. So I get rid of some bulk and it doesn't cause me a problem at my corners. I don't want to cut all the way to the chipboard on these corners because I don't want it to show through. And I don't want to go too far out. Like that, I'm worried that might be, that's going to be fine. But you just had to be careful about how far out you go. Because if you make your angle too angled, if your angle is too angled, then it can expose the chipboard underneath. So, just gonna kind of like making confetti. Okie dokie. And if you've never done one of these, a lot of you I'm sure have done these plenty of times, but if you haven't done one of these, you want to do the opposites at the, you know, in order. Because I don't want to do that, then, you know, that would just, it actually turns out looking much better if you just do this nice opposites. And again, I'm not super worried about the glue. As long as I get it to glue down, I'm good. That might have been a bit too much glue. Just don't need a huge amount. But it is amazing how well using your bone folder works when you're putting these down, because if I just stick it down, it's going to keep trying to pop up. But because the bone folder helps it actually adhere to the surface, it's kind of helping mesh the fibers. It's kind of cool. Okay. So today was day 2, being back to school. and I have just a ridiculous volume of computers that I have been working with students with, trying to get all their repairs done and make sure everybody's got a working laptop, and oh my goodness. It is busy. Busy, busy, busy. We had a lot of new students register, so they all need new laptops. Yeah. But it's kind of fun. Okay. All right, 2 adorable little pieces. So I've been using this ribbon, which I do like because it's super flat. I'm going to keep using it. Let's see. Just trying to figure out how much ribbon I need. That's about 14 inches. I think that's gracious plenty. So I'm going to pick one of these to be my back. I think I'm going to make that the back. And so you can see with this one, I attached the ribbon underneath the embellishment, I guess you could call it, or the picture. I didn't want to put the ribbon all the way under because then it would be attached to this piece, and I just think that that would cause problems. So there we go. I'm just going to grab a little piece of tape right now. And I'm going to set that aside. So now I've mostly got my covers, but I still need to finish up. I thought these 2 would be adorable. I want this to be my back, the double, and on the Toil and Trouble, and then on the front, my cute little witchy girl. And I've been using, so on this one, I used, I don't think it's big enough to do on this one. Might be. I'm using, this is from the Cricut insert cards. So let's see if this is going to be big enough. It needs to be 2 1/8. Basically, yep, perfect. She's going to go on there. That is so cute. Okay, so I'm going to use my big guillotine to cut this, mostly because I don't want my other one to be cutting the roughness of the glitter paper. So there's one piece. That's kind of perfect. Okay. So I'm going to start with my cute little, my adorable little girl here. She is so cute. Sometimes. That's so it's not it's the little girl who's not exact. All right. I like that. So I have found, I don't know about you guys, but I have found that glitter paper can be very difficult to adhere to. It doesn't like it. It can be super stubborn. So I'm going to put it like that. Make sure she's even. And then I'm going to really put a little bit of power into this. And then I'm going to put my paper clip on top. Paper clip? That is not a paper clip. I'm going to put my paper weight on top of it. Yes, the weight of those paper clips. They'll do it every time. All right, and so I've got my double, toil and trouble. These are so cute. I love this particular series. This is one of my favorites. Okay. So I know that she's going to go on this piece. So cute. I would be tempted. I haven't found a matching orange. If I could find that matching orange, I tell you what, I would probably back her one more time with that orange, but I have not, so I'm not going to kind of mess up my picture. I say that and then I'm looking for some other options. Let's see, would I be able to get the spiders out of that? That's pretty cute though. That's super cute. I don't think I have anything else. So the back of the spiders is the candy, but I don't think you'll see enough of it when she's on there. No. See, now I've got this idea that I should do something. That's just never a good thing. So that's cool. I kind of like several of these. Something that just makes her stand out a little bit more. You know, there's also this one that is like little pumpkin faces. But you're not going to see enough of it. That's the hard part. There's really not a lot here that you'll see. But what about this one? Well, that wins. That's adorable. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and measure off a little bit of this with my pencil. I don't think that's gonna... So right about there, and let's see if I can even see that when I go to cut. That one, and that wee one. Let's see if that works. That's gonna be cute. Okay. Oh my goodness, I didn't put my stopper back in my bottle. That's so bad. Now, I will tell you on the back, I'm not going to bother to double mat. And the reason is I've got that ribbon there. And I think the ribbon's going to make that piece kind of pop out a little bit more. Okay, there's that. There she goes. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, I really like that I found something else to go on the back there. I think that really helps. Okay, so now I'm going to do this cute guy. Again, I'm not going to do anything with that ribbon. The ribbon is, I'm with the ribbon. With adding a mat to it, I think the ribbon's going to be fine. Just enough to kind of bring it all together. So I'm going to fold this approximately in half. There's my halfway mark. So I'm using my grid to give me an idea. And guys, it's not perfect. It's not going to hurt it to be perfect. Okay, so there's my ribbon. And now the cauldron's going to go straight on the way it is. So cute. Make sure I get that pretty. There we go. I think that's pretty even. Now comes the fun part for this one. So I'm just going to, yes, it really is super fast. And because I've already got another set of these pieces cut, if I chose to do another one, it should go together pretty fast. Let me make sure I've got her turned the right way. And getting this even, that's the fun part. It's actually pretty good. Okay. So we've got her. Now we're going to do our back. I just want to make sure that I have those in the right space. I really don't want to put my back on upside down. That would be unfortunate. So with this one, the ribbon is in the way. I'm just making sure that the covers are where they need to be. And that, in turn, put this where it needed to be. And it's done. It's done. So stinking cute. Okay, so I'm going to tie it in a minute, but I mean, let me zoom in for you guys because I think she is absolutely stinking adorable. So again, you get both the sides here. You open it up and you have this whole side. You close it, turn it over, and you have this whole section of pictures, and it's just so cute. They're 2x2 pictures. They're perfect for all those little ones that, you know, all those cute little pictures that you do. And then you just tie a bow. Even though I try to get this on as evenly as possible, I have a tendency to tie my bows to the side. Which kind of changes. And get that one through. So stinking cute. Guys, look how cute this is. There she is. Okay. I hope you like them. I really do. I think that they are adorable. Let me get the bow out of the moon's face. The poor moon peeking through the bow. Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm really interested. These are some of mine. You know, you could also do the bow to go to one side so that it didn't cover here. So if you make it longer on one side than the other, you could make it so that the bow crosses but doesn't hit right in the middle. But that's up to you. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me again. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody. And you know, to all my subscribers, all my longtime subscribers, you guys are amazing. And to all my new subscribers, you are absolutely amazing too. I appreciate every one of you. And I will see you next time. Cheers.